Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. So now guys, we thought we had seen the last of the little man, but you cannot keep our 5'2" little man from Edo State quiet for too long. Adams Oshiomole, of course, as guys I bring you this. Oshiomole finally breaks silence, kicks against APC membership revalidation. So he had been silent for far too long. This was a guy that since 2015 you could not pick up a newspaper without hearing him bellowing and hallowing and jumping up and down and doing cartwheels. So now he has had his wings clipped by the APC party, i.e. Mallam Buhari. He has had his wings clipped by Mallam Buhari, and he has gone off to lick his wounds quietly in the quiet corner, but he resurfaces, of course, loud and bullish as ever, as again, Oshiomole finally breaks silence, kicks against APC membership revalidation. So now let's now see what Edo's first citizen has to say. Adams Oshiomole has opposed the ongoing nationwide All Progressive Congress APC membership revalidation exercise. The former APC national chairman said that the idea of the process is totally against the constitution of the ruling party. Oshiomole said the party is ruled by the constitution, not by the opinions of a collection of chieftains, adding that the re-registration is strange to the culture of APC. He stated, APC is governed by a constitution, not by man. The constitution only provides for registration, and I registered as a member of the APC in 2014 under the interim national chairman of Chief BC Akande. There is nothing in the APC constitution that says a member shall revalidate or renew its membership. Once you registered, or that should be you are, so I'll read it in the way it should read. Once you are registered, when you joined the party and you have not decamped, you are a member. So revalidation is strange to our constitution. However, the former Edo State governor on Tuesday, February the 9th, told journalists that he only complied with the order at Unit 1, Ward 10 in Yamo, Sako West local government area of the state for peace to reign. Meanwhile, Dr. Dan Nwafo, the factional chairman of the APC faction in Imo State, had spoken on the membership registration and revalidation exercise which kicked off in the state on Monday, February the 8th. Nwafo maintained that his faction is not in a hurry to commence the exercise. He said they are waiting for the court to decide which faction was the authentic party in the southeast state. Correspondents gathered that Nwafo's faction was the one loyal to the former governor of the state, Senator Rocha Sokorocha, although he affirmed that the registration exercise should be conducted by his faction. He added that they would wait for the court to rule on that. So there you have it now, two strands to it, the goings on in Imo State, but of course really the headliner is a little man from Edo State. So there is a lot of potency, and there's a lot of undertone and undercurrent to what Adams Oshiomole is saying here. He is saying that the registration exercise one runs contrary to the constitution of their party, and of course he should know because he was the former chairman. I think he wasn't chairman from inception. He was Oyegun, wasn't he? But yeah, he was a chairman for long enough, so he should know the constitution of the party. And he's saying that this particular exercise is unconstitutional. So that's one. But the other thing really is just that he's just talking for the purposes of hearing the sound of his own voice, because he, more than anybody else, and he was an active participant in this, he more than anyone else knows that this particular administration pays no heed to anything that is called a constitution, the national, never mind some random party that was cobbled together just to steal the Nigerian nation from the Nigerian people. So a total disregard of that. So he's just saying this, I'm assuming, just for the purposes of the records, because of course he has then gone on to register, to re-register as required, which then of course invalidates his earlier comments. So that's the one bit, because of course just to round off that bit, because he has to re-register, otherwise these people will have no qualms at all about releasing him entirely from the party. So you have to understand, and Adams Oshiomole does understand, that this whole exercise is a flushing out of the southern influence, especially the Tinubu influence over the party. So this is very much altogether, and it's in its entirety the flushing out of the southern hold on that party. So now if they succeed in a flush, because this is a referendum effectively, don't get me wrong, and don't be mistaken as well, this in effect, this revalidation exercise that is going on within the APC is a referendum on Tinubu. So what they are saying in effect to the membership of the party is, you are either in this party or you are with Tinubu. So if you are with Tinubu, then you stay out of the party, and if you re-register, then you cannot now continue to owe your allegiance to Tinubu. So this is effectively the main purpose of this exercise. But Adams Oshiomole, of course, a Tinubu man, had to kick against that with that last cry of the dying man that this is unconstitutional. So there we have it now. But they have to revalidate as well in order to stay relevant in that party. So there are two strands now to what is going on within the APC at the moment. So they revalidate their registration, and I'm sure Tinubu will do it if he hasn't done it already. And of course, Oshiomole and the rest of them will have to do it grudgingly and with the sort of protestation that we've already heard from him. So that's the one route, to re-register and say that, okay, if you are trying to flush out the influence of this guy, we will re-register, which is just a paper exercise, but our political views and our political ambitions remain the same, and with the weight of our numbers within this structure, we will still maintain that strength to overrun and overwhelm you. And also our political rather tenacity and acumen and wiliness. So they can bring all of that still within the APC party, but the other option then, of course, is to break away from the APC party and form an entirely new party. So the weight of Tinubu and his war chest, is one of the richest men on the planet. I don't think you can count 50 people in this world that we live in that are richer than Tinubu. That guy controls vast wealth. Forget Dangote and the rest of them. This is a guy that is taking, what, some 10, 20 million, if not even $50 million from Lekki toll gate alone for every week, you know, so for years and years. So it's just vast fortunes that this guy controls. So he has the war chest to set up a new party and compete strongly. But then if he goes and breaks away and forms that new party, then the thing then reverts back to that factional party system that we've always had in Nigeria ever since inception, when you had the Awolowo camp with the Southwest, and then you had the Nnamdi Azikiwe camp in the Southeast, and then the Northerners, of course, Ahmadu Bello and the rest of them, they converged. I can't quite remember the name of their parties. I know the Awolowo one was UPN. So we're back to that structure, but then that structure would then have to fight the juggernaut of the PDP, which still maintains its nationalistic outlook, whilst you then have like a factional parties, with the APC now being a predominantly northern party, and whatever Tinubu and his band of merry men go out to form, then becoming some sort of like a southern party. So it's like a watered down, and then of course the strength of the PDP would overwhelm. So this is the political calculus that is going now. But then of course, to make things more difficult and to clog the wheels a little bit. You have all of these sort of pronouncements from elements like Adams Oshiomole to say this is unconstitutional, even though we would abide just to be loyal party members and to maintain the peace. Conversations in the comment section. Our short little man from Edo State has piped up again and is as loud as ever. Come share thoughts about all this with me in the comment section. But before you come into the comment section to engage, click on the red subscribe button so it turns gray. Bell button notifies you every time I drop a new video. Click on like as well because that helps with the YouTube algorithm. Once you've done all the clickings, Adams Oshiomole is taking a position now which is quite aggressive. But then is it just a political calculus? Come share thoughts. So I'll leave you here. Carry this conversation on with you in the comment section. But here I say peace.